following broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Cameras are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
Well, welcome back to the Hive once again. Yes, we're back here getting ready to go for Perham girls basketball as they get ready to take on the Pelican Rapids Vikings here in the Heart of the Lakes Conference Clash, and it's Section 8 2A battle between these two teams that are very familiar with each other. Last year, the Pelican Rapids Vikings knocked off Perham twice. They defeated them 59-52 and 44-43 here in overtime in Perham. And the Yellowjackets come in tonight with a record of 4-1, and they take on the Vikings, who come in with a record of 5-1. The Yellowjackets coming off a thrilling 67-55 victory over then third-ranked Fergus Falls. And while Pelican Rapids coming in, they've won 5 straight. They defeated Frazee, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, Park Rapids, East Grand Forks, and Dilworth, Glen, and Felton. I'm Jason Groth, joined by Mike Mason as we get ready to go here on the KLN Family Brands pregame show.
You know, it's nice to have the music going. The teams are warming up. There's a lot of energy in this pregame show, and the game hasn't even started yet. We're about 8 minutes away from the opening announcements here, starting lineups, all that good stuff. As you mentioned, Jason, Perham 4-1, Pelican Rapids 5-1. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Vikings lost their first game and they've won since, right?
They did. They were defeated by Monaga to start the season.
And the Monaga's always been a tough team. Of course, Perham getting that exciting 1-point victory over Barnesville to start their season. Or was that the second game? That was the second. No, that was the
second
first
game there. Yep.
Yeah, that was their first road game. Let's put it that way. These two teams have had a lot of success up to this point in the season. You got one-loss teams here on the court, and I really think that this one could be a coin flip. If these two teams played 10 times, it'd be a 5-5 record, I believe.
Well, you never know with these two teams. Always a good rivalry, and the thing that Pelican Rapids and head coach Brian Korf has always hanged their hat on throughout the years is outstanding defense. The Yellowjackets like to run a little bit. Pelican Rapids is going to try to slow it down. Perham has been outstanding from beyond the arc. You saw it in that Barnesville game. We've had other games there. We had to watch them, and they were that way against Fergus Falls as well. Greta Hillica on the outside, Sydney Anderson on the outside, Olivia Pilgrim starting to heat up. They bring a lot of dynamic shooting on the outside, and then you have the inside presence of Willow Thiel, who can just change a game with her abilities on the inside and the interior.
And I think one thing that comes to mind when you talk about Perham, they got off, and this comes from that Barnesville game, and it's really stuck in my mind ever since, but the first 5 possessions were three-pointers of that game. 3 by Perham, 2 by Barnesville, and even though Barnesville matched them, they didn't let it phase them, and they continued to pour in the points, and Barnesville eventually slipped up, made a couple mistakes that allowed Perham to get the lead in that particular game. That's the one and only time I've seen Perham in person. I've caught a couple of their games from you and Lance's broadcast, but like you said, they're very impressive with the three-point shooting, and Perham's always been a good three-point shooting team. But I have to wonder if this might be one of the better three-point shooting teams of the Yellowjackets teams of the past 3-4 years.
I have to agree. They've had some good talented shooters before, but not the amount of shooters that they have like they do this year. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a Perham team that they've always been looking on the brink, and now they're getting close, and I think they're ready to have a big breakthrough. And I think you beat a Fergus Falls team by 12, and in Fergus Falls, they're led by as many as 18 points in that one. Fergus Falls just went out, I believe it was 2 nights ago or last night. They put up 90 points on their opponent after losing to Perham, so you knew they were angry. And they had a big win there, did Fergus Falls, and now the Yellowjackets here against Pelican Rapids, who has a lot of momentum on their side, has had a lot of success in this building, have the Pelican Rapids Vikings. They won a section championship in this building and have played really well here in the Hive, and the Yellowjackets are hoping to end that run of Pelican Rapids in this Hive tonight.
And I think the thing that's impressive about Pelican Rapids is they bring a lot of youth. You got 15 players on the roster, 10 of them are 8th, 9th, and sophomores. And they're still 5-1 with all that youth. That is really impressive in my book. Now I'm going to get to see them shoot in person for the first time. I haven't been able to catch any of their games online, but this will be the first time that I've seen them in person. But I've heard a lot of good things about Morgan Korf, who's an 8th grader. I don't know if she's starting or not. Do you have the starters?
I do. Well, I was going to lead that into the commercial break, but yes, she's starting. She's one of the keys for this team, for this Pelican Rapids team. She was outstanding last year against Fergus Falls, and as that year went along, she improved and was an outstanding player. And she really, from what I hear and from the people I've talked to, really makes this team go.
I think another player you want to keep your eyes on is the 5'8" senior forward, Tori Stephenson. And then most of these names are fairly new on the Pelican Rapids Vikings roster for me. So those are really the two that stand out from previous seasons for me.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and have those starting lineups brought to you by Lakes Ace Hardware here on the KLN Family Brands pregame show on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Odds are there's an Ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, welcome back as the pregame show rolls along here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And Mike Mason, this is going to be a fun one, I think, and a good early season contest for both of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely agree, and I can't really say for sure which team it's more of a test for. I think it's pretty much even. The cards are pretty much out on the table, and it wouldn't be a bit surprising if this game stayed within 6 points for the entire game.
I think if Pelican Rapids, that's their goal. They want to keep it low scoring and keep it under 10. I think Perham's going to want to run and try to get into that double-digit lead and off to a quick start. Our starting lineups brought to you by Lakes Ace Hardware. Here they go for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Starting at a forward, a 5'7" junior number 1, Kelsey Easterman. Starting at a forward, a 5'8" senior number 11, Tori Stephenson. Starting at guard, a 5'5" senior number 12, Sophia Paulson. Starting at guard, a 5'5" 8th grader, number 13, Morgan Korf. And at forward, a 5'10" sophomore, number 44, Ellie Welch. The Yellowjackets will go like this. Starting at a guard, a 5'3" junior number 3, Olivia Rosenthal. Starting at a guard, a 5'8" senior number 5, Greta Hillica. Starting at forward, a 5'9" junior, number 14, Olivia Pilgrim. Starting at forward, a 5'11" sophomore, number 21, Willow Thiel. And at the guard, a 5'8" senior, number 22, Sydney Anderson. Those are the starting lineups for the Yellow Jackets and the Vikings, brought to you by Lakes Ace Hardware here on the KLN Family Brands pregame show. And Mike, we're just moments away. We know Pelican Rapids plays tight defense. That's going to be a key, and I think for Pelican Rapids to have success, they're going to really need to find a way to slow down Willow Thiel inside. Because if she gets going inside, you have to bring your defense down to her, and then that opens up the outside for Hillica, Thiel, or Hillica, Anderson, and Pilgrim.
It's really, really hard. If I was Brian Korf, do I start with a zone defense or do I start with the man-to-man? Zone's, of course, going to open up the three-point possibilities, and the man-to-man will open up that down-low possibility. So we'll see what Pelican Rapids does on defense, and I think the immediate worry here for the Vikings is the three-point shooting capability of Perham.
Definitely, like you said, they have several threats on the outside, and now when you look at Pelican Rapids side, you're trying to find who's going to be the key scorer, who's going to get the points for Pelican Rapids tonight against the Yellow Jackets, which they are starting to play much better defense than they have in the past.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they've certainly improved game after game after game. They were a little bit better than the game before. They've done I like these gray-colored jerseys. I've never seen them before. I like them a lot.
Tonight's Kelsey Eisman being introduced, and I'd like to tell you, Mike, you're not the only ones that have seen them. This is the debut of these new uniforms here tonight.
Nice.
They debuted the new road ones against Fergus Falls, and tonight now they have the new home uniforms tonight.
I'm not sure who's in charge of uniforms, but kudos. It was really hard to see black on black outlined in yellow. So kudos to the jersey person. And
my understanding, it was, I believe, TJ Super along with the activities department that worked on the design of these, and they're really a slick-looking uniform. As we get ready to go, we're just moments from the opening tap, waiting for the introductions now with the Perham Yellow Jackets as they get ready to go in what's going to be an exciting Heart of the Lakes Conference clash. Both teams 2-0 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference and trying to make an early season statement against each other here tonight. The Yellow Jackets being introduced. Olivia Rosenthal, a guard. Greta Hillica, a senior guard. Olivia Pilgrim, Willow Thiel, and Sydney Anderson, the starting five again for the Yellow Jackets. Head coach TJ Super, he's assisted by Michelle Borman and Robbie Cox. For the Vikings, head coach Brian Korf, he's assisted by Cody Schaefer, Amanda Bells, and Lance Roisum. As we'll get our clock scoreboard situated and ready to go here for this game. There will be no national anthem. As we thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, we're just moments away from the start here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Our Arvig opening tap is coming up here in just a second. Nice round of applause for the officials who doing double duty tonight. We'd like to thank them, given their time. It's been a unique year, and there's an official shortage.
Yeah.
So you're seeing a lot more of these types of double headers.
It's been a unique 2 or 3 years on the official side of it for official shortages. And yeah, anybody who's interested in being an official, just contact your local high school. They'll have the information for you.
Willow Thiel and Kelsey Eisenman to take the opening tap, brought to you by Arvig. It goes to the Yellow Jackets. It's Pilgrim near side. Now Hillica with it. Back up Rosenthal, swinging over to Olivia Pilgrim, the left side. Now Anderson looks down low. Thiel. Thiel to the grass, strong for two, and the Yellow Jackets on the board quickly as they go inside to Olivia Thiel, or Willow Thiel, excuse me.
Yeah, getting some first and last names mixed up there, buddy.
Eisenman with it. Now with it there, Welch looking inside. Thiel's on her. Now Korf, near side, Eisenman. Yellow Jackets and a three from Welch. Good. Ellie Welch hits the three.
Yeah, Eisman will get the assist on that. Quick pass and a quick catch and shoot there for Welch, and now it's 3-2. You have your first lead change of the game.
And Rosenthal will take a three, and she answers. Olivia Rosenthal gets the Yellowjackets back on the lead.
And you have your second lead change of the game.
I feel we'll see a few more of those, but that's nice secondary scoring the Yellowjackets like from Rosenthal. She's known for her defense, but she's hit 2 threes to start the game against Fergus Falls, and now one here against Pelican Rapids to give the Yellowjackets a 5-3 lead.
And we talked about that in the pregame show. It's something Pelican Rapids is going to have to watch out because they are really good at early game three-point shooting, and they've proven that this season.
Dorf to Eisman. Eisman looking inside, not there. Now goes to Welch. Rosenthal on Welch now. Welch throws a pass near side. It's out of bounds. Anderson tapped that off the official who's standing out of bounds. He's still alive, but he was out of bounds, so that's why the whistle came.
So an inbounds pass right in front of the Yellow Jacket bench here for Ellie Welch.
Welch gets it in to Sophia Paulson. Now for Korf. Korf. Guarded closely by Rosenthal. Drives, kicks near side. A long two on its way off the iron by Stephenson. No good, out of bounds. We'll go to the Yellow Jackets.
Going to the books as the first turnover of the game.
And Sydney Anderson will bring it up for the Yellow Jackets. Pilgrim with it, near side Rosenthal. Looking down low, shot by Thiel's good, and she's fouled. And Willow Thiel will have a chance for a three-point play.
I want to say thanks to Chris for notifying me of the little audio issue there. We got it fixed, though. Or if we didn't get it fixed, it'll be fixed in about 20 seconds from now.
Free throw by Thiel, no good. But the Yellow Jackets battle for the rebound. It's held and tied up. Possession arrow go to the Vikings. They'll bring it up court. Korf. Gets trapped, goes down low, drive, and nice bounce pass, thrown away. As Hilka's there to pick up the steal for the Yellow Jackets. Pilgrim with it. Near side to Sydney Anderson, now up top, Rosenthal over to Greta Hilka. Comes over Pilgrim, she thought about it, drives in the lane, kick out to the left side. Hilka the three, it's good! And Greta Hilka extends the Yellow Jacket lead to 7. Dorf with it. Met there by Rosenthal. Rosenthal doing a great job on Korf. Korf now gives the ball up to Paulson. Paulson near side, Eisenman. Now there for Welch. Over to Paulson, looking inside. A lot of contact down low, and it's stolen away. Field gets it. Lost through the hands of Pilgrim. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay now with the Vikings.
So turnover per side there, and Pelican Rapids lucky to keep that one. But they did some nice passing around the perimeter there, and then when they got it down low, Willow Thiel's hands got in the way, and they'll get another chance at the possession here.
Korf with it, gets the screen, goes left. Into the lane with the left hand, loses control of the ball and out of bounds.
That's just a tough break there as she, Morgan Korf, driving to the basket down the near side of the lane and just lost it off her fingertips, and that could have easily been 2 points.
The lane opened up for her, but like you said, just lost it. As now Rosenthal has it to Anderson. Now to Olivia Pilgrim, looking inside. Thiel getting position down low, and a nice battle with Eisman down low. Rosenthal to Anderson. Anderson will launch the three. That one's off the mark. Thiel gets the rebound. The putback is good for 2. Willow Thiel's got 6 for the Yellow Jackets.
One thing I noticed on that possession for the Yellow Jackets, they have very quick passing, and that's a positive not only for the Yellow Jackets but also for the Pelican Rapids defenses. They were able to keep up with that, and you don't see a lot of high school defenses keep up with quick passes like that.
Inside the goal, nice move, shot blocked by Thiel. Quickly outlet it ahead to Anderson. Anderson will slow it down, take a shot, it's blocked there. Sophia Paulson doing a nice job coming back to get the block. Welch with it. Korf with a nice head fake drives, pull-up jumper for Korf is good. Nice touch on the jumper for Morgan Korf.
She gets on the scoreboard, and 12-5 now here on the United Community Bank scoreboard in favor of Perham.
They swing it over Anderson. She'll take a three. In and out, no good. Thiel's there for the rebound. Thiel, the kick out. Now Olivia Pilgrim will try the three, and she will hit the three. And the Yellowjackets extend their lead to 10.
3 3-pointers in this game now for the Yellowjackets, and we're just shy of 5 minutes into it.
Esserman with it. Looks inside, it's not there. They're not moving the basketball right now. Now Korf gets it, Rosenthal again on her. Korf with a nice spin move, but help was there, and it comes near side Paulson. Right there, Eisenman. Now they go to Welch. She'll take a three, a hand in her face, shot no good. Thiel, the board, gets it to Hillica. Nice job saving it, and saving it to her teammates. Rosenthal, Hillica thought about it. Now Pilgrim will take it, and that one's short. And the rebound grab there by Stephenson. Coming back the other way, Korf. Korf gets the screen from Welch and gets it poked away. Now it goes to the floor. It will slowly roll out of bounds, and it will go to the Yellowjackets. Lauren Rustad will come in, as will Kaya Starzel. Will Thiel and Olivia Rosenthal will get a breather. And Olivia Pilgrim. Kennedy Pilgrim comes in as Anna Roisum and Hazel Hagerud come in for Pelican Rapids.
That's a 9th grader and 8th grader into the lineup here for the Vikings.
As the Yellowjackets bring it up court. Different look now from the Vikings. They go to, it looks like a box of 1 or 2-3 zone. Anderson there for Rustad. Near side Starzel. Comes back Starzel over to Anderson. And Pilgrim moved her feet. Ooh. A turnover gives it back to the Vikings.
Yeah, just looking around, looking for that pass, and momentum kind of carried that second foot on the floor and not draw the whistle.
Korf gets the screen, goes right side. Now the pass there. Down low goes, a putback, or the layup is good for Kelsey Eisman. Eisman with a nice job there. Now Starzel with it. The conversion on her. It goes to Kennedy Pilgrim. Cross court for Anderson. Anderson takes the three. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound and a foul. Foul is going to be on Kennedy Pilgrim trying to go through the defender. That'll be her first. They bring the ball up court. Morgan Korf. Quick pass down low into the lane. Welch left hand, no good. She gets her own rebound. Shot is blocked away by Rustad, and Pilgrim gets the loose ball, and it goes to Sydney Anderson. Starzel in the corner, down low Rustad. Rustad back to Starzel. Now to Kennedy Pilgrim swinging over Hillica. Thought about it, but they close quickly. Pilgrim. Now back to Starzel, back to Pilgrim, looking inside. Rustad battling in the lane. Nice battle inside as well. Now Anderson cutting through, but the pass was misheld. Now Starzel, back to Hillica. Anderson to Rustad. Rustad backs down the defender and throws a shot off the glass for two. As Rustad got the kiss off the glass, gives the Yellowjackets a 17-7 lead. Looking to drive. Now it goes far side Hager. Now Eisman with it. Goes right side there for Roisum. Roisum looks for the cutter, wasn't there, so Welch will take the three. That's off the back iron. Rebound tapped, and now a foul. And coming through hard was Lauren Rustad. She gets called for the foul. That'll be the team's second, her first. She just bulldozed her way through. And now Will Thiel will come back in for Rustad.
Well, it was a nice showing for Rustad there. She got a bucket down low, and she played some pretty good defense there, and a good couple minutes off the bench there for Lauren Rustad.
Korf with it, guarded by Starzel near half court. Starzel almost gets a steal, but Korf so good with the basketball. As Haggard has it. Goes right side for Morgan Korf again. Korf driving, and she stepped on the end line. and turns it over. Just ran out of space there on the baseline.
Yeah, doubled up on the turnovers now, 6-3 in favor of Perham.
Hillock go with it. Goes right side, Anderson down low. Kennedy Pilgrim looking for an outlet. Loses it awkwardly, and Korf will come away with it. Now down low, Iceman's shot good. Kelsey Iceman's got 4 points.
4 points and an assist, and Morgan Korf will get the assist on that one too. So
inside, Thiel. Thiel looks things over, goes back to Anderson. Now Starzl, Thiel again. Thiel backing down the defender. The right hand, no good, but she's fouled.
That'll earn her a trip to the EOT Insurance free throw line. One thing I've noticed, this is just a 100% compliment to the Jersey people again. Don't have to recognize Willow Thiel by her shoes anymore.
Free throw by Thiel, no good. I concur with that after being in DGF last night where you could barely see the numbers on those ones.
Yeah.
The silver on black is a tough look. The second free throw from the EOT Insurance line is good for Thiel. The Yellowjackets lead 18-9. And now losing the ball on the far side is the Vikings. The Yellowjackets lose control of it, and Korf gets the basketball. Korf looking to come back with speed, takes a pull-up jumper short off the iron, rebound tapped around. Eisman does a nice job. Eisman just willed her way to that rebound, but just had too many Yellowjackets around her, and she couldn't get a shot off. Now Hillica to Starzl. Olivia Pilgrim, who just checked in, hands it off to Starzl, goes right side. Hillica thought about it. Now Anderson with it. Now to Pilgrim. Pilgrim into the lane. Kickback to Starzl. Yellowjackets, good ball movement. Looking for that great shot. Now they go inside Thiel. The double comes. That opens up Pilgrim. She hits the three. The inside-outside game working to perfection for the Yellowjackets. They lead 21-9.
Second three of the night for Olivia Pilgrim. The fourth three for the Yellowjackets.
Welch with it. Looking for the cutter. Eisman not there. Will now go to Paulson. Down low it goes. Turn around. The hook shot. Roysom no good. Rebound grab. Thiel. And they clear out. Hillica with it. Now to Pilgrim. Pilgrim over to Hillica. She'll take the three. And Hillica will hit. She's got 6. And that's another 3 for the Yellowjackets. And they lead 24-9.
It certainly seems to be a theme. 5-6 3-pointers in the first half. Sometimes more, but always at least that many. That was a mental miscommunication.
Didn't know what to call that one as it was rocketed into the Yellowjacket student section.
Call it a turnover for Pelican Rapids.
That's a perfect way of describing that play. Yellowjackets lead 24-9 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. And the thing I like so far with the Yellowjackets, their balance. It's not. It's just so many people just contributing.
Yeah, 5 players have scored, and 3 different players have scored 3-pointers, and then you got Willow Thiel's performance from the free throw line. So.
And Anderson has the open look for 3. It's good.
This is just something else, and that's another Yellow Jacket into the scorebook.
Pass down low, Iceman. Iceman turnaround shot, no good. Rebound grab by Pilgrim. And the thing I like also about the Yellow Jacket offense, it's against several different looks defensively. That pass was forced inside. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Yellow Jackets. I was going to say there before that turnover, it's been against different looks defensively that Pelican Rapids has given them.
Yeah, and they've pretty much played flawless basketball regardless of what kind of defense the Vikings have put onto the floor here. I mean, they have not had too many mistakes outside of maybe trimming down on those 6 turnovers. That's about probably the only negative right now for Perham.
Hogrud with it. Now looking to drive. Eisman gets cut off as they close on her. Tries to get it to Paulson. Now on the floor inside up. Held ball. You can see it right there. Head coach CJ Super with his nice looking kicks was right in the middle of the play, just trying to get the girls to battle for the floor on the floor, and they did just that.
Yeah, Perham will get the honor of the award of the possession arrow on that one there, but a nice tie-up. And, credit to Pelican Rapids. They played some good basketball. It's just the shooting's been remarkable for Perham right now.
Thiel to Hillica now, comes back, Pilgrim, over to Rosenthal, over to Olivia Pilgrim. Cross-court chip pass, Hillica the three. That's good.
It was in before she even caught the pass. That's her third three of the night.
And it's now 30-9 in favor of the Yellowjackets. Stephenson to Paulson. Near side it goes to Garath. Claudia Garath with it now over to Royzum. Comes back up top, Hagrud.
Yeah, if you're Pelican Rapids, I think you got to come up with a plan to get it down into the blocks, because a missed three is certainly not going to help you.
The lane opened up, and the layup was there for Hazel Hagrud.
That's her first points of the game, and that's exactly what Pelican Rapids needed to get the ball down low and get those high percentage points.
Near side, Pilgrim back to Rosenthal. Over to Kennedy Pilgrim now for Olivia Pilgrim. Rosenthal skips over to Hillica. Looked inside, not there. They'll try to reset and look again, but no, Hillica will take a three. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Vikings. And a one-and-done possession. If you're the Vikings, that's what you're looking for. Get a board and now try to turn that into points.
Yeah, Tori Stephenson with her second defensive board, and a bucket here would be great for Pelican Rapids. It's Korf, I believe, with the ball. No, Hagrud, excuse me.
Now with it, Garath. Now it goes over to Stephenson. She'll take a three. That's short. Pilgrim leaps up and catches it. Now Kennedy Pilgrim to Hillica, over to Olivia Pilgrim. She'll take a three. That one's too strong. And Thiel battles and gets the board. Quickly gets it to Rosenthal. Kennedy Pilgrim drives baseline, gets cut off. And now they swing around to the Yellowjackets. Nice ball movement again by the Yellowjackets. Comes near side. Hillica with a nice head fake, looks to drive, gets cut off, hands it off Thiel. Thiel thought about going one-on-one against the defender, but gives it up to Hillica. Rosenthal with it on the far side. Hillica head fake back to Rosenthal, over up to Pilgrim. Pilgrim the open look for three. That one's off the mark.
I think they need to take the threes from the corners. The only ones that haven't gone in have been from the top of the key.
Paulson drives, cut off. Now hands it out to Stephenson. Rosenthal almost gets a steal as it goes to Hagrud. Now Paulson thought about stepping into a three, but will drive right side, cut off.
And just, it seems like no matter where the ball is at, there's a double team by the Yellowjackets instantly. Outstanding defense right now.
30-11, the Yellowjackets lead on the United Community Bank scoreboard. And there's the steal by Hillica. Waits for help, finds Thiel. Thiel takes one too many steps as she was trying to gain her footing. And now we'll have a couple of substitutions on both sides. Yellowjackets lead 30-11.
Kelsey Eisenman, your leader for Pelican Rapids, with 4 points at the moment, with Ellie Welch behind her with 3. 2 apiece for Hazel Hagrud and Morgan Korf.
Looking to drive Hagrud there, gets cut off. Now it comes over back to her. Garath looks inside, there's nothing there. Almost had the cutter, but it was late. Now they go down low, nice pass, but swatted by Olivia Pilgrim.
That was with authority right there. That's one of the more authoritative, powerful blocks I've seen in the game of girls basketball.
She launched that one into the second row. As we got a quick substitution here. And the Vikings will inbound. Goes to Welch. Now Korf with it. Hagrud now to Korf. Korf looking to drive. Nice pass down low. Shot up, no, is good. It gets the bounce for Welch, and she'll go to the EOT insurance line.
It's been a clean game for fouls, only 5 total combined between the two teams, and I believe this is the first trip to the line for Pelican Rapids, and it is.
And 3-point play for Ellie Welch.
She is now your leader with 6 for the Vikings.
The Yellow Jackets bring it up court, look cross court. Anderson, the 3, good. Sydney Anderson. And the Yellow Jackets continue to shoot the ball well from the corner. Eisenman inside for 2. Quick answer there. Now Hillica for Anderson. Over to Hillica near side, looks over to Olivia Pilgrim. Comes back up top. Kennedy Pilgrim swings it over. Now Hillica has the look, passes it up, looking for a better shot. Anderson with it, now to Hillica. Comes over Kennedy Pilgrim. Gives it to Olivia Pilgrim. Back up to Hillica. Now over to Anderson. Anderson drives over to Hillica. Nice head fake and good continued ball movement. But nice read down low there. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets, but nice read by Ellie Welch. She read that pass, the entry pass well. Came back and tapped that out of bounds.
Yeah, I think one thing that impressed me on that particular possession there is Hillica passing it away. It certainly it felt like she had 4 opportunities out of 3, and she never took them. And I don't know if disappointing is the word I'm looking for, but usually a player with that kind of a look would take it.
Shot no good, coming back the other way. Welch has that open look for 3. That's off the mark to the right. Rebound tapped out of bounds to go to the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, an unlucky break there is, I believe that was it, I'm trying to catch the jersey number there. That was Tori Stephenson who had the rebound, but it almost just ricocheted off her hands like a ball off a baseball bat out of bounds.
Hillica with it now to Anderson. She's going to drive past the defender, kick out. Too strong on the pass. Goes to Hillica, back to Anderson. Back to Hillica. And Anderson, they exchange passes. They go inside the field. Nice pass, Rustad. Shot short. Rustad fights for the rebound. Tries to save it, but can't. But I like the Yellow Jackets there using the 2 posts inside with Field, and they converge on her and Rustad cutting.
Yeah, getting that extra pass across the paint. And the only thing that didn't go right was getting a bucket there.
This will be another thing in Coach Super's arsenal that the Yellow Jackets will have other teams to prepare for if they go with the 2 posts like they are right now. Hogru drives into the lane. It goes to the floor, and Rustad gets it and then gets fouled.
Well, credit Rustad with the steal there, and that'll be the 11th turnover, and now Pelican Rapids will pick up their 3rd team foul. That was on, I believe that was the first on Stephenson.
Indeed it was. As bringing it up court, Pilgrim to Rustad. We'll see what the Yellow Jackets elect to do as we're under 40 seconds to go. Anderson with it. As they'll bring it up court, Pilgrim. Now to Anderson, looks inside, comes to Thiel after the tip. Her shot no good. Thiel gets the rebound, tries to kick it out, goes out of bounds.
And that should stay with the Yellow Jackets.
With 25 seconds to go, it'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. They lead 33-16. And we got a foul before the inbound.
I totally missed that one. We'll have to.
It's on Stephenson, her 2nd.
Team's 4th.
The Yellow Jackets get in the field. Back to Anderson. Comes right side, Hillica. Pilgrim. Yellow Jackets work the clock. Anderson, the look for 3. In and out, no good. Rustad crashes the boards, but she traveled.
Well, she'll get the rebound. That's about the only thing that went right there for Lauren Rustad.
Nice job by her to crash the boards.
So it looks like the Vikings might hold for the final shot here. And they won't even get the shot off. 1 second to go. I think the Vikings will keep it. Have to be a catch and shoot here with 1 second.
Welch will inbound. And now the 3 from Korf. No good. Had a good look, but at the half, the Yellow Jackets lead this one 33-16 on Pelican Rapids. And a good first half for the Yellow Jackets. They lead by 17. We'll take a break, add up some stats to come back with the KLN Family Brands halftime show here on the
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell.
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware.
Right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Jake, no video games till your homework's done, bud.
It is done, Mom. What about your homework?
My homework?
Arvik donates $1 from our internet payment each month. Helps buy technology for my classroom. Computers, tablets, stuff that wasn't invented when you were in school.
Haha, good one.
It's free.
School partnership program. That's an easy assignment.
I can see it now. Video games for every student.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and today we're down at the Gathering Grounds, joined with Ashley Clifton.
Hello.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What's the best part for you about working with United Community Bank?
Besides just that they believed in me and kind of took a chance on me and helped me get it all together, I think what's more is that they really do support the community. They come in the store all the time. They don't just give us business, but they, encourage our business, buy gift cards in the winter when we're slower to give to other, locals and businesses, so it's just really inspirational for me.
Well, welcome back here at the half. The Yellowjackets with a nice lead, 33-16 on the Magnitude Sports Media Network as they lead Pelican Rapids 33-16. And Mike, looking at that first half stats, once again, the Yellowjackets' three-point shooting continues to stand out.
Yeah, and we mentioned that in the pregame show that that was one thing that Pelican Rapids had to be concerned about. And if the three-point shooting wasn't there, the other thing I said in the pregame show that this would be probably like a 6-point difference for one of the two teams. That would have held true, but the three-point shooting got hot like it always has in the first half for Perham. I had them down for 8, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 three-pointers in the first half. You've done more of the girls. You've paid more attention to the stats, I should say, than I have. But to the best of my knowledge, I think 8 might be the most they've had in the first half this season so far.
I believe 8. I know I think they had a game. I want to say they had a game with 9. I think
Okay.
it was against Henning. They hit 9 in that first half. I mean,
yeah, I think you're right. Actually, now you bring it up, I think I remember reading that. So
unfortunately, I can't go back to the other scorebook because I have a new one started for the new season tonight.
Yeah.
So, but we thank you for tuning in to the KLN Family Brands halftime show. And you look at the scoring for the Yellowjackets. Greta Hilka has 9, Willow Thiel with 7. Then it's Olivia Pilgrim with 6, Sydney Anderson with 6, Rosenthal with 3, and Lauren Rustad with 2. It's just balance. It's not the same person in all the threes, but drawing the defense inside just opens up so much for outside. It's what do you want to do? Do you want to give the Yellowjackets a 3, or do you want to give them Thiel down low? And who's now got Lauren Rustad that's starting to really come on strong as well for the Yellowjackets.
Yeah, and let's see. I'm looking at the roster here. 6 players have scored. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 players have scored of the 8 that have played for Perham. So like you said, very balanced right now, and that's always a positive for any basketball team. Over on the flip side for Pelican Rapids, they have 4 players in the scorebook. And you could, outside of the fact that they haven't scored many points, their scoring's fairly balanced across the board with their 4 players who have scored as well. 6 for Kelsey Eisenman, as well as Ellie Welch, who had that 3-pointer to give the Pelican Rapids Vikings their one and only lead at 3-2. Perham hits a 3 back down at the other end to give themselves a lead 5-3. That was the final lead change. But Ellie Welch starting the scoring off well. She got another bucket and an and-one opportunity a little bit later in the half. Morgan Korf with 2 points, Hazel Hogrud with 2 points, and Kelsey Eisenman with 6 points. Eisenman, 2 rebounds and an assist. Tori Stephenson, no points, 2 fouls, 3 defensive rebounds. Sophie Paulson with a blocked shot. Morgan Korf has 2 steals, an assist, and 2 rebounds, 1 on each side of the glass to go along with her 2 points. And Ellie Welch with 2 rebounds, 1 on each side with an assist. As a team, I had the Vikings down with 9 rebounds, 3 offensive, 6 defensive, 16 points compared to 17 turnovers. No, I'm sorry. I misread my number. It's only 12 turnovers. 16 points to 12 turnovers. 1 of 1 from the free throw line for 100%. That wraps up your individual and team numbers for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. And for the Perham Yellowjackets, as Jason mentioned, pretty even scoring. 2 for Lauren Rustad, 3 for Olivia Rosenthal, and 6 apiece for Sydney Anderson and Olivia Pilgrim, 7 for Willow Thiel, who is 1 of 3 from the free throw line. And then your leader right now, Greta Hillico, with 3 threes for 9 points. And you got to think, if she wasn't the team player that she was and pushed all those passes off, she may have 12, 15 points right now. She could easily taken a couple of those threes and likely made them. Excuse me. Lauren Rustad with her 2 points, a steal and a block and 2 offensive rebounds. Greta Hillico with 1 defensive board, 2 steals to go with her 3 points. Olivia Pilgrim, 2 defensive boards and a blocked shot with 1 personal foul with her 6 points. Kennedy Pilgrim, no points with a personal foul. Willow Thiel not leading, but second leading scorer with 7, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. 2 assists, a steal, and a block, 5 rebounds, 3 offensive, 2 defensive. Sydney Anderson, 6 points and a defensive board. 3 team fouls. The team shot 1 of 3 for 33% from the EOT Insurance free throw line. They had 9 turnovers to 33 points. And as a team, I had them down for 11 rebounds, 5 offensive, 6 defensive. They would out-rebound the Vikings by 2, 11-9.
All right, Mike, thank you for all those stats. As we'll take a break, come back with the start of our second half here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Checking your credit score the easy way. Keeping your checking safe. Always.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. I'm Jason Groth with Mike Mason as we're just moments away from the start of our second half where the Yellowjackets lead this one by a score of 33-16. And it's been a good first half. Yellowjackets outside shooting continuing to be outstanding. And Mike, it's been good ball movement, unselfish play by the Yellowjackets right now here tonight for this Yellowjacket team.
Absolutely. Sorry for the pause there. As the guy from Snickers says, you're not you when you're hungry. So, but I thought we had a little bit more commercial break, so I took another bite of that, and I guess I was incorrect. So.
Oh, it's a little different when you're not the one in the controls tonight.
Yeah, right.
Throw you off for a loop there. Paulson with it to start the second half, brought to you by Arvig on the Arvig inbounds pass to start the second half. And it's tied up and held ball called right away.
I wasn't sure if that's on Thiel or the one standing right beside her.
It's going to be on Thiel. It was a foul. I thought it might have been a held ball at first, but it's going to be a foul on Thiel. No, I guess I was wrong. It's on Pilgrim. Olivia Pilgrim.
Okay.
I'm just handing out fouls to the wrong people all night tonight. As now with it, Stephenson gives it over here for Korf. Korf to the right side to Stephenson. Hands it off to Paulson. Paulson. Now to Welch. Over there for Korf. They swing it over, looking down the Weissman. Welch, the left hand, good for two, Ellie Welch.
8 points for Welch now, and that's a good way to start the second half here for Pelican Rapids.
The Yellowjackets bringing up court and Hillica. Now to Rosenthal, back to Hillica. Thought about it with the head fake. Now comes over to Olivia Pilgrim. Pilgrim carried. And she knew it.
That is officially the 10th turnover for Perham now. And
now Roisum comes in for the Vikings. As Korf will bring it up court.
Basket here to get the Vikings to 20. Puts them down 13. Still a little bit of a hill to climb, but looks a little bit better on the scoreboard.
Eisman looks near side Welch. If you're Pelican Rapids, you want to slow it down, get good shots, and then slow down the Yellowjackets to one shot and out. Roisum looking things over. Now it goes over to Eisman. Eisman. There's just no movement from the Vikings, but there's a three-point attempt. Shot is no good, and Welch gets the board.
Second chance opportunity here for the Vikings, and they almost took advantage of it, but not quite.
And Pilgrim gets the rebound and stolen away, and Korf misses the layup.
Oh.
And now Pilgrim gets it back. The Yellowjackets cross half court with it, and Rosenthal will slow it down. Now Thiel, nice spin move. Shot is good.
That was an excellent shot. Sorry, I didn't mean to overstep you there, Jay.
That move by Willow Thiel is outstanding. The turnaround jumper good, makes it 35-18. Just when you talk about a potential opportunity for Pelican Rapids, they'll hit a three right there by Sophia Paulson. I was just going to say, the potential opportunity for Pelican Rapids, the Yellowjackets come down, but Paulson hits a three. Now Hillica answers.
Oh, my goodness. Hillica with their fourth three of the game.
And we got a timeout. We'll take it with them. The Yellowjackets lead 38-21.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein and List E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein and List E3 soybeans have yield.
Well, welcome back here. Yellowjackets lead 38-21 on the Pelican Rapids Vikings here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We thank you for tuning in as now the Vikings will bring the ball up court. A lot of pressure by Rosenthal there as Korf drives into trouble and draws a foul. Doing a nice job, being aggressive with the ball was Korf.
Yeah, the foul came before the shot attempt, so it'll be an inbounds pass.
Foul's on Rosenthal. That's her first. And if you're Pelican Rapids, you definitely want to see that aggressiveness as Royson misses the shot, but Paulson's there for the putback. To say you definitely like to see that aggressiveness from Morgan Korf taking the ball to the hoop. Now she's putting pressure on in the backcourt, but the Yellowjackets are able to break it.
5 points for Paulson here, 5 quick points for Paulson in the second half.
Anderson with it now over to Pilgrim. Olivia Pilgrim for 3, it's good! Olivia Pilgrim with 9. And the Yellowjackets back up.
That's the 10th three-pointer of the game for Perham. And a nice answer from Sophia Paulson. Just 7 points, 7 of the 9 points for Pelican Rapids here in the second half so far.
Getting used to putting the buttons on the wrong side here. The score's up there as they cut. Now a 3 from Hillica. That's no good. Rebound, Field, tied up, held ball.
And I'll go in favor of Perham on the possession arrow.
I got the scoreboard now set correctly. It was giving some more points to Perham, and it was Pelican Rapids with the bucket. Hillica to inbound. Field gets it. Field's going to drive against Welch. Pick up her dribble, look to hand it off, not there. It goes to Rosenthal. Now Hillica. Right side, Rosenthal over to Pilgrim. Near side, Anderson. Left side for Greta Hillica. Goes to Rosenthal over to Pilgrim. Down low for Thiel, too strong for her, out of bounds.
Yeah, just a little bit too strong off her fingertips. She tried to extend that left arm out to grab it, but couldn't quite get it out far enough to grasp it.
Now Korf bringing it up court. Korf goes right side. Welch looking in, not there. Into trouble, and it's turned over. And Rosenthal will bring it up to Anderson. Back to Rosenthal over the right side, Pilgrim. Cutting Anderson to the hoop, the layup good for Sydney Anderson. She's got 8. Nice feed down low by Olivia Pilgrim. Now Welch, the look for 3 off the iron. Rebound Rosenthal. Yellowjackets back with numbers. To Thiel. Thiel up to Pilgrim. Near side, Hillica. Hillica into the lane, kicks over to Rosenthal, over to Anderson. Now down low, Pilgrim on the baseline for 3. Over to Thiel. Back to Pilgrim. Back to Hillica. They'll exchange passes. Now Anderson, head down, hands off to Olivia Pilgrim to Thiel. Patient offense here by the Yellowjackets. As Anderson drives baseline, gives it up and gives it to Rosenthal.
At least they got the bucket there, but yeah, she had that layup all to herself. There were no defenders there to put any pressure on her on that shot, but
caught me by surprise. I thought for sure Anderson was going to take that one, which is that wide open underneath the hoop. Korf into the lane, pickpocketed, and Hillica gets the ball. Hillica to the hoop, the layup good. Nice fake by Hillica, and then she finishes it off, and the Yellowjackets lead by 22, and we got a timeout called by the Vikings with 12:15 to go. We'll take a break. Yellowjackets lead this one by 22.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
When everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life. At Central Minnesota Credit Union, we've streamlined our financial tools to ensure you have everything you need all under one roof. Whether you're starting a family, starting a business, or buying a home, CMCU is here to be a trusted financial partner. CMCU offers free checking options and a network of financial experts. Because when everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life.
Welcome back here. The Yellowjackets lead this one 47-25 on the Magnitude Sports Media Network against this Pelican Rapids squad as they bring the ball up court to the Vikings. They're trying to make a little comeback out of the timeouts.
And right before the timeout, Hillica scored that basket. That was the first points for Hillica inside the three-point arc.
Paulson down low. Iceman throws up a shot, no good, but she's going to draw a foul. And she'll have a chance to go to the EOT insurance line.
Fouls on number 13, Kennedy Pilgrim.
Fouls on Kennedy Pilgrim.
Number 1, Kelsey Iceman.
Iceman at the line. That one's good. She's got 7.
That's only the second attempt from the free throw line in the game for the Vikings so far. It was the third attempt.
That one's no good. The Yellowjackets get the board.
And they were 100% prior to that. So 2 for 3 now in the game.
Hillica with it. Comes over to Anderson. Now to Hillica. She'll take a 3. That one's short. Paulson on the rebound. Royzum. Looks inside, not there. She took a couple steps. Yellowjackets wanted to travel, wasn't there. Has now with it Hogru. Hogru getting pressured. Starzl gets her hand in on the pass. Now Paulson with it. Starzl just all over. There's just not much room to work. Now Eisman down low, loses control of the basketball. Somehow goes all the way around Rustad and out of bounds.
And it didn't touch her, too. That's the second amazing part of that is the ball did not touch her, and it becomes Perham basketball as a result.
Pilgrim brings it up court. Hillica. Goes near side. Starzl over to Kennedy Pilgrim. Now to Anderson. Anderson. Cut off, gets to Hillica. Hillica to the free throw line, over here to Rustad. Yellowjackets content to work some clock, and instead they're going to turn it over.
Yeah, if they wouldn't have rolled out of bounds, it would have been over and back. So that's the 12th turnover of the game. They had 9 of the 12 in the first half, so it's the 3rd turnover of the second half here for Perham.
Caitlin Bartson into the game, as is Willow Field. They'll give Lauren Rustad and Greta Hillica a breather here in the second half. Korf with it. Now to Welch. Welch drives.
Ooh, and traveled, yeah.
Traveled or charged. I think something was going to be called.
Yeah, the momentum took her a little bit too much forward on the feet there, and took about 3.5 steps, and losing it was Willow. Was that Willow Theo lost it? I think it was.
Now comes near side, Korf. A 3-pointer short. That might have been altered, as Starzl did a nice job closing on Stephenson.
We'll give her a block assist, as they would say in volleyball.
Now Bartson with it. Looking inside. Pilgrim no good on the shot. And Pelican Rapids will come back the other way.
Tori Stephenson not doing pretty well on the defensive boards. She has 5 of them so far.
Driving, cut off. Now held ball tied up in a battle there.
And that one will stay with stay with Pelican Rapids.
Been a good night for the home squads here tonight. The boys was a convincing win earlier over Frazee. The Yellowjacket girls are playing outstanding ball here, leading by 21.
And a nice swat there by Willow Theo, as that would deflect the pass away from the Vikings, and Welch will inbound it there.
Korf will bring it up court. The Yellowjackets looking to make it 2 for 2 at the varsity level here tonight. Leading this one by 21. Korf looking inside, not there. Go left side, Stephenson.
Now the Vikings are really looking for a player to probably take command of this game as far as scoring points, and maybe that's the answer right there. She kind of muted the point I was going to make, because we had Eisenman, who kind of started things in the first half, And then Paulson had 7 quick points to start the second half. And as soon as I was about to bring up the fact that nobody's really scored since the start of Paulson scoring, she knocks down a triple. She's in the double-digit club with 10 now.
Foul is on Welch. Eisman back in for the Yellowjackets. And Hillica's back in. The Yellowjackets will counter, trying to get some of that scoring back on the floor. Field gets the inbound.
Yeah, Eisman, Welch, and Paulson have been your 3 top scorers for pretty much your only scorers. A couple others have scored, but it doesn't seem like it because it's been so long ago since they've scored.
Field, cross court, it goes for Hillica, looking down low, not there. Now it goes over to Bartson. Bartson near side. That's Kennedy. Pilgrim drives the floater in the lane, off the mark. She taps out the rebound to Hillica. Nice job of following the shot when she realized it was offline. Pilgrim with a nice fake, but she traveled.
Yep.
8:21 to go here in this second half. Yellowjackets lead 47-28.
Yeah, it's certainly a different second half here for Perham. They're just not quite as effective as they were in the first half. Not necessarily a negative thing, but and they do have some bench players in there too. That may play a slight role in it, but it's definitely an opportunity here if Pelican Rapids can get a few buckets, trim that lead down a few more points. Coach Super might have to think about putting some other players back onto the court.
They look to drive. Welch. Kick-out's grabbed by Starzl, goes to Field. Now Hillica with it. Right side, Thiel. Thiel with Starzl. Right side, Hillica again. She thought about it, goes inside Thiel. It's blacked away. Looking for a foul as Welch went through. And now coming back the other way was head coach TJ Super on that one. Paulson with the head fake. Now it's tapped away by Thiel into the backcourt. Welch will get it. Welch looking to drive, kicks for Eisman. Now it comes near side, Korf. 3 from Paulson on the way, no good. Rebound, and there's that foul going through the back. On that one will be Kelsey Eisman.
Second team foul, first one on Eisenman.
The Yellowjackets makes wholesale. The Yellowjackets with wholesale substitutions. Rosenthal, Olivia Pilgrim, Lauren Rustad, and Cindy Anderson back in the game for the Yellowjackets. The Yellowjackets lead 47-28. Pilgrim with it. Crosses half court, goes near side, Anderson. Anderson into the lane, the layup no good. Rebound, tapped around and grabbed, and Korf coming back for the Vikings. Korf. And Pilgrim turns and slows her down. Now Eisman drives, kick off Paulson. Paulson in the lane, loses control, and Welch gets it. Welch into the lane, off the glass, good for 2 for Ellie Welch.
Nice hustle and patience at the same time there by Ellie Welch. First, she had to focus on getting that loose ball, and then once she got it, she took it right to the hoop and scored. Nicely done.
Pilgrim to Rustad. Back to Pilgrim. Inside Rustad. A unique play there. As she went up for the shot, kind of fumbled it, and then it goes out of bounds.
And then maybe a block.
Lily Ockery now in for the Yellowjackets. Inbounds pass goes to the far side. It comes here to Rustad. Now Ockery. To Rosenthal, over to Pilgrim. To Rustad, over to Lily Ockery. Now comes Anderson. Now Pilgrim, the floater. Rims in and out, no good. Nice arc on that floater in the lane, but just couldn't get it to go. Now Korf will take a 3. It's good. Morgan Korf, a big 3-pointer, and here come the Vikings, 47-33.
Down 14, a couple more 3-pointers, and it's a single-digit deficit.
Now inside Rustad. Rustad for 2 is good. And a timeout on the floor. Nice move there by the Yellowjackets. You need a really momentum-changing basket. Nice job there. Go inside, Lauren Rustad.
Yeah, that was a nice answer by Perham when Corf hit that 3. That was their first point since early in the first half. And then Lauren Rustad comes back, scores the point, which was her first point since early in the first half. So we'll see how this one develops here after this timeout. If you want to take a timeout.
I was going to keep it here. I was getting our clock caught up.
Yeah, no, yeah,
So,
we can keep it here. I have no problem keeping it here. But
I'll give us an opportunity again to thank our sponsors, EOT Insurance, KLN Family Brands, United Community Bank, Lakes Ace Hardware, Arvig, Central Minnesota Credit Union, Stein Seed, The Backyard in Perham, and the Perham High School for bringing basketball here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And as we get it down to 5:16 to go in the second half at 49-33, Yellowjackets leading this one. But if you're Pelican Rapids, you want to just continue. You got to chip away as much as you can. Now the time is your enemy right now.
Yep, you're exactly right. That's really the only thing going against Pelican Rapids is the 5 minutes, 11 seconds, and the 16-point deficit. Not an impossible thing to do, but you got to play pretty much flawless basketball from here on out, and you got to contain the Yellowjackets offense, and that's certainly, well, they got it back. Must have been touched by Perham last, but yeah, like I was saying, they need to play pretty much flawless basketball from this point forward.
Welch gets it in. Korf there as they're under 5. Korf will take a 3. Had a good look at it. Short, no good. Hilka, and they battle coming in for a jump ball. They'll go to the Yellowjackets. Nice job by Hilka to battle in. There's 2 Vikings there battling for that loose ball. Now Anderson to Hilka. Across the timeline over to Olivia Pilgrim. Looking inside Rustad. Now Rosenthal with it. Now Pilgrim cross court for Hilka. Near side Anderson, down low, Rustad back up. They swing it around. Hillick with the head fake to Pilgrim. Yellowjackets working clock. There's the cutter. Anderson not there on the pass though. Now Pilgrim. Near side Rosenthal swings it over. Hillick, she's going to take a 3. That's no good. Rebound tapped around. Fighting for it, Iseman, and she gets it. Nice job by Iseman to fight for the board. Now down low, Iseman turnaround shot blocked and a foul. Rustad came back with too much contact.
That is her second, and team's 4th.
Iseman will be at the EOT Insurance free throw line to shoot 2. The first one's good. Willfield comes back in for the Yellowjackets.
Coach Super must be realizing the thought that's on the horizon here after this free throw. And this is exactly why she came back in. Pelican Rapids has outscored Perham 19-16 here in this second half so far.
Anderson with it. Down to Hillica. They pressure on her, gets to Rosenthal. Over for Pilgrim, back to Rosenthal. And a steal. And almost back, but Paulson gets it. Paulson had a cutter, didn't see her down low though. Now Iceman with it. Looks down low. Jumper, turnaround, good off the glass for Tori Stephenson.
That's her first points of the game, and it's a 12-point deficit.
She got the kiss off the glass, and now Hilco brings it up. Pelican Rapids going for a trapping defense has worked. Hillica a 3, and it's good.
Swish.
A big three-pointer there for Greta Hillica. It could be a dagger 3 there for the Yellowjackets as it brings the lead back to 15.
11 three-pointers now for the Yellowjackets in this contest.
Welch drives. Korf. A 3 by Welch. Good, and a big answer for Ellie Welch. And now we got a timeout. We'll keep it here during this one. Yellowjackets up by 12 with 2:52 to go here in the second half. And if you're Pelican Rapids, you got a big answer there. Now you need another stop. And when do you start maybe thinking about fouling when you've already only committed 2 in this second half?
Yeah, you would think that's got to be fairly soon if that's going to be the plan. You know, it's kind of mixed emotions. You're down 12. You have just shy of 3 minutes to go. You don't really want to turn it over to the 3-point game just yet. But if you can't get the ball down low and get a couple quick baskets into the paint, then the 3-point game and the fouling game are probably your last 2 resorts.
Foul trouble, no one for either team. Well, Ellie Welch does have 3, but you're not going to be asking her to foul.
Yeah, outside of Ellie Welch, nobody on either team has more than 2. So,
Anderson will bring it up court to Hillica. Now Thiel to Pilgrim. Pilgrim drives baseline, back up Hillica. Now Hillica. Cross court, Rosenthal, Anderson, nice ball movement. Yellowjackets content to play keep away.
Yeah, this is the point where you're going to have to start fouling because they've already chewed up 30 seconds of this of the clock on this possession, and that's turning into 45 seconds now.
And that's using the rules to your advantage. Now the Vikings thinking about trap and attacking and fouling. I thought they were. It looked like they were. But
yeah, it certainly looked like that.
And Pilgrim is wide open down low.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to come back now with 2 minutes. Of course, a timeout by Brian Korf. So
and we'll take that one here on the main.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and today we're down at the Gathering Grounds, joined with Ashley Clifton.
Hello.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What's the best part for you about working with United Community Bank?
Besides just that they believed in me and kind of took a chance on me and helped me get it all together, I think what's more is that they really do support the community. They come in the store all the time. They don't just give us business, but they, encourage our business, buy gift cards in the winter when we're slower to give to other, locals and businesses. So it's just really inspirational for me.
Thank you for your support.
Welcome back here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Yellowjackets leading this one 54-20 with 2 minutes to go. As Yellowjackets look to sweep the night away.
Take the first half away and the Vikings lead 24-21. But as we mentioned right before that timeout, they're going to have to foul. They might have to turn to the 3-point game here soon. If not right now.
They're taking a lot of time. The Yellowjackets are content with that. They're going to go inside. Welch, she gets fouled. And points with the clock stopped will be key for Pelican Rapids.
Minute 43, you make 2 here. You're down 12 once again. That's 4 3-pointers.
Fouls on Willow Thiel, her first at the EOT insurance line is Welch. She gets that one to go. Second free throw forthcoming. That's good as well.
15 points for Ellie Welch.
Anderson with it, and now there's a foul.
I just think it's too little too late at the moment here. I mean, they have to foul 4 more times before they put Perham at the line, so unless they can pull some magic out, or almost a steal there by Sophie Paulson, which would have been the magic I was talking about. But
and a foul.
So that is team foul number 4 now. So
that's an Eisman.
That's her.
That's the 3rd they got on her. Inbounds pass
actually,
for Rosenthal.
That was the 3rd on Stephenson, actually. Unless they put the wrong jersey number up on the scoreboard, but. That is the 2nd on Korf. So 2 more fouls here, minute 23, and now 1 more foul. That's her first, I believe. So 1 more put Perham in the bonus.
Yellowjackets with it. They trap on her, and a foul there.
I believe that's on Paulson again.
That'll put Hillica to the EOT insurance line.
Okay, so now you're in the 1-and-1. And you got Eisenman and Welch boxing out, looking for the rebound. They will tip it toward Morgan Korf.
Up ahead it goes. Paulson with it, and she gets fouled.
So now Perham has a couple fouls to give, and so they'll have one more after this.
That's on Sydney Anderson. Welch inbounds. Paulson guarded by Anderson. There's a screen. Anderson comes off of it. Now it goes near side Welch. Yellowjackets doing a good job defensively, keeping the ball on the outside. Eisman inside. Jumper, no good. Hillica the rebound. Under a minute to go, up ahead Pilgrim. We'll see if they a foul, but they don't have to. It's a turnover. Korf. Up ahead Paulson. Paulson down low, swatted away by Thiel. Yellowjackets close it in. They lead by 12 with 40 seconds to go.
Be Korf triggering the inbounds pass, and a short pause to tie a shoe.
Make sure to stay tuned to the Stein Seed postgame show. We'll have your Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game and your United Community Bank player of the game, all coming up in the Stein Seed postgame show. Welch, quick shot off the glass, no good. Thiel the rebound. Now to Hillica, and it looks like the Vikings are going to put pressure, but they're not going to foul. They're going to let this one play out. Never mind.
I was about to say something in agreement with you, and
now Anderson will go to the line.
It was on Steph. I don't know, that was on Morgan Korf, her third.
Anderson free throw, good. Makes it 55-42. Second free throw is good as well. (56-42). Yellowjackets will pick up win number 5 and number 3 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference tonight. As they defend home court, here's Korf, drives left hand, good.
You know, you like to see that, especially from a young player like Morgan Korf. Just, you know, yeah, you're down in the final seconds and the game's over, but you're still driving to the basket and you're still scoring points, and that's always a positive. You like to see that in any player, but especially those younger players.
Nice victory for the Yellowjackets as they pick up a 56-44 victory over Pelican Rapids. We'll take a break, wrap things up here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and today we're down at the Gathering Grounds, joined with Ashley Clifton.
Hello.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What's the best part for you about working with United Community Bank?
Besides just that they believed in me and kind of took a chance on me and helped me get it all together, I think what's more is that they really do support the community. They come in the store all the time. They don't just give us business, but they, encourage our business, buy gift cards in the winter when we're slower to give to other, locals and businesses. So it's just really inspirational for me.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell.
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
When everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life. At Central Minnesota Credit Union, we've streamlined our financial tools to ensure you have everything you need all under one roof. Whether you're starting a family, starting a business, or buying a home, CMCU is here to be a trusted financial partner. CMCU offers free checking options and a network of financial experts. Because when everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life.
They say a dollar doesn't go far these days, but in my classroom, it does. Especially when I can use it to buy technology to keep my students on the cutting edge of learning.
Arvig donates money to my school through a school partnership program.
$1 of your payment goes to area schools like mine for computers, tablets, smart technology.
It doesn't cost me anything extra to provide a better,
brighter,
more connected classroom.
Well, welcome back here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And it was a nice victory tonight for the Perham Yellowjackets as they win 56-44 over Pelican Rapids. We thank you for tuning in to the Stein Seed postgame show here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And Mike, the outside shooting for the Yellowjackets was outstanding tonight.
Absolutely it was. Let me turn up my mic a little bit. Absolutely it was. And that's probably what carried. I haven't really dug into the deep into the numbers, but if I just took a first glance, that outside shooting is what helped Perham get the victory tonight. As a lot of things went right in the second half for Pelican Rapids, it was that first half dominance by Perham that really carried them to the end.
And it was the outside shooting as well that was key in that first half. The Yellowjackets were dynamic from the outside. Olivia Rosenthal hit a three-pointer. Greta Hilka hit 3. Olivia Pilgrim hit a pair, as did Sydney Anderson, and that really helped kickstart the Yellowjacket offense as they outscored Pelican Rapids 33-16 in that first half.
Yeah, and then you move to the second half, and Perham, they still had great shooting, but they didn't have as much great shooting in that second half. They actually got outscored in the second half 26-23. And most of the points for Pelican Rapids were scored in that second half, for lack of better wording. So a lot of people say it's a story of two halves, and that's almost the case here, with the exception of the final score. But you look at the first half, Perham 9 turnovers to 12 turnovers for Pelican Rapids. Both teams entered the game with 17 turnovers, so that shows you some improvement for the Vikings in the second half. You look at the first half, Perham out-rebounded Pelican Rapids 11-9. In the game, they out-rebounded them 21-20. So once again, a little bit of improvement on the boards in the second half for Pelican Rapids as well. They really hung in there. But like I said, that when you score only 16 points in the first half, that's a little bit tough to overcome when Perham gets 8 of their 11 3-pointers in the first half as well. So.
And yes, a credit to that in that second half goes to Pelican Rapids for improving their play overall defensively, but also I think part of that for Perham, it was learning how to win and handling certain situations and doing a nice job of realizing that they had the lead. They didn't need to rush shots and take a lot of shots, and I think building up that big first half lead gave them a lot of confidence in going into the second half. And Brian Korf's squad, they're obviously going to always play good basketball, and they did that tonight. I thought in that second half they played much better, did a good job really distributing the ball and being more aggressive going to the hoop in that second half.
Absolutely, and that showed especially with Sophia Paulson and Ellie Welch kind of got into the mix a little bit about midway through that second half, contributing some points, but it was Paulson and Welch doing most of the scoring for Pelican Rapids in that second half. Taking a look at the individual and team numbers here for Pelican Rapids, we'll just start at the top and go to the bottom. Kelsey Eisenman, 9 points, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 foul, 3 rebounds, 2 of them defensive, a steal and an assist. Hazel Hagrud, the 8th grader, scored 2 points back early in the first half. Tori Stephenson with a lone bucket in the second half, but she had 3 personal fouls and 5 defensive boards. Sophia Paulson with 10 points, all 10 scored in the second half, including 2 3-pointers, 2 fouls, a blocked shot, 2 rebounds, 1 on each side of the glass. Morgan Korf, 7 points, scored 5 of the 7 in the second half, 3 fouls, 3 steals, and assist, 3 rebounds, 2 of those 3 on the defensive glass. Ellie Welch was your leader tonight. She scored 15 and was a little bit, you could almost say it was even, 6 in the first half, 8 in the second half. She went 3 of 3 from the free throw line, had 3 fouls and 7 rebounds, 3 offensive, 4 defensive to go along with an assist. May have missed an assist somewhere in there. They shot 1 of 1 from the EOT Insurance free throw line in the first half, 6 of 7 in the game for 86%. They had a total of 13 team fouls in the first and second half combined. For the Pelican Rapids Vikings, who scored 16 points in the first half, 28 points in the second half for a game total of 44. For the Perham Yellowjackets, well, once again, we'll start at the top. We'll go to the bottom. Lauren Rustad, 4 points, 2 in each half, 2 fouls, steal, a block, 2 offensive boards. And Olivia Rosenthal, 5 points, 3 in the first, 2 in the second half, 1 defensive board, 1 personal foul. Greta Hillica, 17. She was your leader for the Yellowjackets tonight, including 5 3-pointers, and her lone bucket inside the 3-point arc came early in the second half. Tag on, no fouls for Hillica, and she had 5 rebounds, 4 defensive, 1 offensive to go along with a trio of steals. Excuse me. Kennedy Pilgrim played, didn't score any points. 2 fouls, 1 defensive rebound. Olivia Pilgrim with 11 points, 6 in the first half, 5 in the second half, and 9 of those 11 from behind the 3-point arc. 2 fouls, 4 defensive boards, an assist and a blocked shot. Willow Theo with 9, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 7 of those 9 in the first half, 1 personal foul, and she had 7 rebounds, 4 offensive, 3 defensive, a steal, 2 assists and a block. Sydney Anderson with 10 points. Excuse me. Help me out for just a second.
And Sydney Anderson with 10 points for the Yellowjackets. They scored 23 in the second half, 33 in the first half. Pelican Rapids on the other side, 16 in the first half, 28 in the second half to finish with 44 points as the Yellowjackets earned a 56-44 victory tonight over Pelican Rapids. As the Stein Seed postgame show rolls along here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, make sure to take a look at some of our schedule coming up ahead. A busy one again Tuesday night here at the High. Perham takes on Detroit Lakes in girls basketball action. I'll be joined by Lance Rock for that one. Barnesville girls take on Frazee, and then the Barnesville boys take on Frazee as well on Tuesday night. And then the Grand 8 Holiday Classic will take place here at the Hive. Mike will have the call for several games on the Grand 8 Holiday Classic. Sauk Center taking on Barnesville, followed by Sauk Center versus Wheaton Herman Norcross boys basketball action. Then it'll be Perham versus Waconia in girls basketball, followed by Perham and Painesville in boys basketball on Tuesday, December 28th. Then on the 29th, the tournament will continue. Barnesville girls will take on Waconia. Well, then the varsity boys will have a third-place game, followed by the Perham girls taking on Sauk Center. And then at 3:15 will be the championship of the boys Grand 8 Holiday Classic. That's all coming up on the 28th and 29th. But Tuesday night, Barnesville doubleheader action. They'll take on Frazee and girls and boys basketball action starting at 6 o'clock. Perham will be home to take on Detroit Lakes in girls basketball action at 7:30. We have a couple of things left to do, and that's name, first of all, our Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game. And I think in the first half, it's going to be a couple of moments for me, Mike.
Yeah.
It's the three-point shooting for the Perham Yellowjackets as they were outstanding throughout the night. Their shots dropping in that first half. That's my Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game. And visit them online at mycmcu.org. And that leads us into the final thing we need to do is name our United Community Bank player of the game.
I think that's going to have to go to Greta Hillica. I believe that is probably, could have possibly leaned towards a couple of others. Will Thiel certainly an honorable mention, but Greta Hillica with her three-point shooting really stood out. Grabbed 5 rebounds, had 3 steals, and the 5'8" junior guard, Greta Hillica, will be our player of the game. Would you agree?
I agree completely. So I thought she was outstanding again. She did a lot of great things. Back-to-back player of the game honors for Greta Hillica for the Yellowjacks. You can tell she's playing freely, coming off that knee injury the last few years. Has done a nice job battling for the Yellowjackets. Again, you throw in Olivia Pilgrim, had a nice night as well. With her 11 points, Sydney Anderson had 10, and it's the balance of the Yellowjackets. Willow Thiel with 9. They can really spread out a defense.
Absolutely, and to finish what I wasn't able to complete, you mentioned that Sydney Anderson had 10 points. She also was 2 of 2 from the free throw line with 1 defensive board and 1 foul. The Perham Yellowjackets shot 3 of 5, 60% from the free throw line, 17 turnovers, and 23 points and 33 points, respectively, or reverse, respectively, to bring them to the game total of 56. And now my stats are complete. So
a nice victory for the Yellowjackets again. We thank you for tuning in. We'd like to thank our sponsors, EOT Insurance, KLN Family Brands, United Community Bank, Lakes Ace Hardware, Arvik, Perham High School, Central Minnesota Credit Union, Stein Seed, and the Backyard in Perham. Mike, any final touches you want to have for tonight's broadcast?
No more Snickers during that during the broadcast. I learned my lesson a few years ago with popcorn during a broadcast, and now it's no more Snickers. So, but no. Once again, another nice performance by the Perham Yellowjackets. I'm so impressed with their ability to shoot the 3, not just in this game, but in every game they've played in this season. And I think I mentioned it in the first half. Pelican Rapids played some good basketball, but Perham played much better basketball, and that's not any negative to Pelican Rapids at all. I'm sure they're gonna look at this game, they're gonna shake it off, they're gonna learn a few things, and they're gonna go on. I don't have their schedule in front of me, but they're not going to lose too many games this year. I would not suspect that they will lose too many more games this year in the Heart of Lakes 8AA conference last section. So,
yeah, you expect to see a lot. Brian Korfheimer's got a well-coached team, and they will be there at the end as they have in the past few years. Like I said earlier in the pregame show, they're 2-time defending section champs, so you know they'll be there at the end. But tonight, it's the Perham Yellowjackets, a pair of wins for the boys and the girls. The boys knock off Frazee. The girls take care of business against Pelican Rapids. And that will wrap things up for Mike Mason. I'm Jason Groltz. We thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check out our schedule here, and you can see us on Magnitude On Demand with their final scores as well. And another plug I'll give you here, Mike. Make sure to check out the websites and see all our broadcasts. These will be up on YouTube. Just do a search. And also, if you want to order the DVDs and get a copy of these as well.
Yep, and if you can't access our website, we are building a brand new one. Long story short, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I actually fired the company that was building our website, and I rehired the company that built our old one. I won't go into the story, but I had a very good reason for doing so. So that's why our website's a little bit delayed on getting republished. But go to our subscribe to the YouTube channel. Everything's there in chronological order from most recent to oldest, just like it is on our on-demand page. And tune into our broadcast and fast forward to the end if you want to check the schedule and final scores and all that good stuff. But yeah, like you said, it was a good night for Perham tonight as they pick up 2 wins, 85-26 with Soren Anderson, 33 points, 7 3-pointers, and you come back to the girls' game, and Greta Hillica has 17 points and 5 3-pointers, and the Yellowjackets connected on, I believe it was 11 or 12, 8, 9, 10, 11. It was 11. So, yeah, great night for the Yellowjackets. And like I said, Pelican Rapids just need to shake this one off. They're gonna be in it.
All right, for Mike Mason, I'm Jason Groth. We thank you for tuning in tonight on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network.